Amboy, if we're talking about the Amboy Clippers, they were the state runner-up a year ago. They went 10-3 on the year. They only lost one senior off of last year's state runner-up. Man, you talk about all the pieces being in place. This is the team that has all the pieces in place.
Well, and like we said at the end of last year, when we finished up with our postseason stuff, we ended the year stating that Amboy should be the number one team when the preseason state rankings come out in 2023, with the fact that all they lost was Tucker Lindenmeyer. And you have Eddie Jones filling back in, who got a lot of that experience as a sophomore last year when Tucker was gone. So he knows how to run the offense. He knows what to expect. He's got that varsity play under his belt already. So that nerve system is pretty much gone outside of, just the anticipated levels of getting hit by another team again. But, he's got that experience under his belt. He's got good running backs behind him with Quinn Leffelman and Landon Welchel. And Welchel really was the one that stormed on the scene. He wasn't somebody that was really thought about early in the season because, you had Leffelman, you had Brennan Blaine being utilized as a running back there early in the season, and at the time they still had Kai Cook before he had to leave the team for personal reasons. And Welchel just came in out of nowhere and ended up running for almost 1,500 yards and 18 touchdowns. So that was a huge jolt for Amboy, and really a pleasant surprise for the Clippers. And it's a great place for them to be. And, having Blaine and Leffelman there, and then you add in Welcho, you got a killer combination. And be quite honest, that's a big 1-2-3 punch when you take a look at it. And it gives Coach Payne a lot of options to do things differently. I mean, again, they have the opportunity to put some different plays into their pocket that they could utilize and kind of throw you off guard with that kind of speed and power.
Yeah, I think, we've talked about so much talent and so many, good football teams in this one division. But I think Amboy's got to stand out above the rest just because of all of the playmakers they have back and because of what they did last year. I mean, like you said, they were a team we'd pegged at the end of last year to be a team to watch, and they're right here. Now it comes down to executing, right? I mean, it's like we talked about in the Northwest Upstate Illini, the 11-man, portion, that every Friday you got to show up and you got to be ready to, make the plays and prove it. And so I think that's what's really exciting about this division of 8-man football is there's a lot of good teams, and Amboy is going to be tested. They're not going to be able to coast through their division.